Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you that are new, I'm glad to have you here today. As most of you know, I'm a first grade teacher. I've been teaching for a while and I actually love it. I just love my students. With the reopening of schools though, there's been so much concern about what's happening, what's going to go on, and so today I just kind of wanted to address it and just share my thoughts. One of the things a lot of people are saying is that teachers want distance learning to happen because they want to stay home. Well, let me say that for me, if I had a choice between distance learning and going back to school as usual, I prefer going back to school as usual and teaching all of my kids in a classroom, because I feel like that would be so much easier. And I actually love seeing my students. I love just meeting them. I mean, you know that feeling when you meet someone new for the first time and you're like wondering, you know, how are they gonna be? Are they gonna like me? Are they gonna be nice? You know, like you just want to know, what are these little people like? And then you get to learn all about them and you start to fall in love with them. And then, you know, by the end of the year, you're like, oh my God, these were the best kids ever. And you're like, no one's going to top them. And then you get a new set of students the next year and the same thing happens and you fall in love with again. And it's just amazing to see, you know, it's like, I just love it. I mean, you know, those kids, like, they're so sweet. Like, I'll have days where the kids will be like, oh, Mrs. So-and-so, you're so beautiful. Mrs. So-and-so, you're so smart. Mrs. So-and-so, did you just do your hair? Or like when I can't draw and I draw a three-legged dog by accident. Yes, this has happened. And then the student goes, oh, it's okay, Mrs. So-and-so. That's such a beautiful picture. You're such a wonderful artist. I'm like, oh my gosh, your parents taught you to be so cute. Like, oh my gosh, you just fall in love with the kids. I'll just tell you that much. And, you know, I know students want to be with teachers. I know it's a good thing because sometimes, you know, students need that interaction with students and friends. Sometimes they need to know that you're going to be there for them. And, you know, sometimes they have a bad day and they just need someone to talk to at school, and you're just like, okay, you know what? I'll talk to you. I'll listen to you. I care about you. And sometimes that's all they want. They just want somebody who's going to care about how they feel and to validate their feelings. And you know what? I'm there for them. And I know they're going to miss that. I mean, it's just, it is what it is, you know? So yeah, if I could, I would prefer to go back to school as usual and see my kids. But I'll be honest, I don't think that's happening. There's no way, with numbers going up and more people getting sick. There's no way, you know. So if we're not going back full time, you know, there's different options. Some schools are doing full-time distance learning, and unfortunately, if we do that, I really want to know in advance, because I would like to know what platform we're going to use to live stream and to put our assessments on and, you know, assignments on, because I'm a person that likes to plan and I haven't been given the time to plan. I haven't even been told what we're using so that I can learn how to use it. Because learning is not the hard part. It's just knowing what we're using and then getting everything set up and getting familiar with it, so it just becomes second nature. Because if I'm going to be doing distance learning all day, you know, for how many hours during that day, I need to be able to be comfortable with it and be able to use it. And not knowing is just driving me crazy. I am the type of person that likes to prepare things ahead of time, and you know, by this time last year, I had everything set and it was just a matter of, okay, now I just got to wait for the time when I can go in and make copies or, you know, just add additional things or take away things, you know what I mean? by now, everything would have been done. Lesson plans would have been set. I would have been ready for my class. And now it's just kind of a waiting game, waiting for them to tell me, okay, we're using this or we're doing this, and we don't know. So that's one thing, distance learning. And guys, if you're thinking distance learning is going to be easy, it's not, because we're going to be live streaming, and it's pretty much almost the whole day. Of course, there's going to be times when students are doing assignments, but at that time, you still need to be available for calls. Maybe students are confused with something and they have questions during that time, so you got to be able to answer them. And guys, the students are not going to be the only one watching you. Admin's going to be watching you, and they could be seeing you whenever they feel like, any time of the day. You don't know when, and I know that's going to freak some people out, because some people are very private and they don't want people just live streaming them for how many hours in a day. I mean, that's kind of scary. I mean, I do videos, so I'm kind of used to it, and I kind of honestly don't care if people are watching me, because to me that's just something I'm used to. It's just something random, and I don't really get stage fright, so I don't mind if that happens. But I know that a lot of people don't like that, and so that's gonna be something difficult for me. It's like, I want to know, if I do that, I need to know what platform it is so that I can prepare. So that's my big thing, because I want to be prepared. Also, there's another type of model, or another type of model. It's called the hybrid model, and that one I feel is the hardest one, the one with the most work. Because now as a teacher, I mean, as parents, you're thinking, oh, my kids are only in school for 2 days, and the others are for 2 days. It should be so much easier for teachers. But really, if you think about it, that's 3 sets of kids. The first set of kids are coming in the first 2 days, having 3 days off. The second set of kids are doing the opposite, having the first 3 days off, coming the last 2 days. And then there's another group of kids who are going to be doing distance learning the whole time. So 3 sets of kids, group A, group B, group C. And if you really think about it, that means you're doing 3 sets of lesson plans. I mean, they're the same lessons, but you're going to have to teach differently, all 3 of them, because you're having in-person teaching for this, and then in-person teaching for this other part. And then you got to make sure you're teaching the people who aren't there. And at the same time, you got to make contact with the parents so that you can have attendance for all the kids. Now think about it. If you're teaching all day, because you have to, because you're having kids coming in during different times of day, if you're having those kids coming in, you're teaching that way, then when are you going to contact the parents? When do you have time to contact them? Because by the time your teaching day is over, you go home, a lot of parents will not be home at that time, or they can't pick up their phone because they're working. So what does that mean? Do you have to wait till they're home, like at, say, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then start calling people? Because if you're doing that, then you might not be done till 6:37 with the calls. And if you're done at that time, you still have to input data into the system to say, oh, you called, or oh, you guys did like messaging through things like Class Dojo or something like that, and then parents did this or that, you know what I mean? So you are working late into the evening, and then getting ready for lesson plans, because teaching 3 sets of kids every day a different way is hard. Oh my goodness. Because you got to prepare your lesson plan and teaching the students that are there, but then preparing lessons for this group of students and for the ones that don't come, you know what I mean? So it's something to think about, and throw in the contacting the parents. That's gonna be a long day, because then what time do you have to do your lesson plans? On the weekend? Even later into the night? I feel like the hybrid model is gonna be the hardest for teachers, and it's gonna be the one that takes the longest amount of time. So even though to a parent it might seem like oh, it's easy for teachers because you're only teaching your kid 2 days a week. You gotta remember, the other kids are also there, and then the ones home, you know, distance learning, that counts. So yeah, to me, that's the hardest one. That's the one that my school's leaning towards, and yeah, it's gonna be hard. But yeah. Okay. Next question. Am I freaked out? Well, I'll tell you the truth. Last month I was freaked out. I was so freaked out. I was so worried that, you know, I wouldn't be able to learn how to teach my kids. I was afraid that I wouldn't be safe, that I might get sick. I was afraid that I would never have any interaction with anyone ever again. I was worried that my friend was no longer my friend because I couldn't see her in person ever again, and that I'd never see her again. You know what I mean? I had a lot of fears. I freaked out so bad. It was so funny. And, you know, the great thing about friends is they talk you through things and they make you see that it's not that bad. And then talking with my friend was amazing. Talking with my husband, you know, he calmed me down. Like, having people there who can kind of talk you through things and help you calm down, that's so amazing. Especially the fact that they didn't freak out and like push me away and be like, go away, you know, you're going crazy. But, you know, it helps just talking it out. There's so many of you who are so kind, so nice. You guys always like say something nice to me, either through messaging, so it's private, or like just the little comments you make on my videos. You guys are amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not meant to get emotional here, but you know, I feel so lucky to have the friends I do. My best friend ever, she's so amazing. To have my husband who sticks by me no matter how mean I get to him, especially right now because he understands. And especially to my to you guys, you know, you guys out there who are so kind, who take the time to just write me a little note or just to comment so nicely. I mean, you guys are amazing too. And just having that just makes it feel better. So am I freaked out right now? No, because I know that whatever happens, you know, I'll just do it. I'll do what I have to do for the best of my kids, my student. It's a time in history that's unique, and we're going to go through it. Some of us will falter along the way, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna manage it. No one's gonna hold a grudge. You know, some people might get upset, but no one's gonna hold a grudge, you know, because we all are learning. It's all new, but we will do it. No, I'm not afraid. In fact, yeah, how do I feel right now? I'm excited. Well, guys, to end this on a good note, I'm really excited to go back to school. I'm really excited to meet your children, whether it be in school or online. And I'm just ready to start teaching them. I promise I'm going to do my best to learn everything I need to learn for them so that when they come to school, they're so excited and that they learn as much as they can and that they make friends with their fellow classmates and we just have fun. I want them to have that love of learning, and I will do my best. I promise you that much. You know, I might be just one teacher, but I'm sure a lot of teachers feel the same as well. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I hope you like it. I hope you share it with your friends who are parents or teachers who really need to hear this. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I hope you do. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching and have a great day, guys. It's gonna be a great school year.